Hello everybody, this is Marcia, Dean Nix from Jillibean Soup, and I'm here today to give you a tutorial on how to do image transfer onto canvas. So this is the Mix the Media 12 by 14 canvas sign, and I'm going to cover it with decoupage. You can also use Mod Podge. I chose one of the pattern papers from the new Spoonful of Soul collection. This one is called Free Spirit, I think. So it has the lemons on it, and I thought it would look wonderful on canvas doing an image transfer. You do need to be careful what patterns you choose. You don't want to choose anything with words, because if you do words, everything will be reversed. So you want to stick to images, not words. So you want to put a heavy coat of Mod Podge onto the canvas and then place your pattern paper face down on top of the Mod Podge. Make sure the paper is adhered to the canvas really well. So wait at least 24 hours before you attempt to take the paper off. So we're going to spritz the paper with water and then we're going to peel it off. So on the edge here, I don't know if I just didn't put enough Mod Podge there on the edge or what happened here, but for part of the edge there you can see the paper just came off without leaving the image at all. The rest of the canvas worked out much better, but it's okay. This is kind of gives the canvas a distressed look. It's not a perfect image, it's a softer distressed image of the pattern paper. So I'm working here trying to get all of the paper off. This did take a little bit of time. Peeling off the bigger chunks and then just rubbing with my fingers to get the finer pieces off. I found out what worked best was actually this scraper. So this is just a pan scraper, and this worked the best. You don't want to use anything that might snag on the canvas or anything like that. So the plastic scraper just worked awesome. And make sure your paper stays wet when you do this. So keep spritzing water onto your canvas and scraping. So this is how it turned out. See, isn't this a wonderful technique? Look at the ink just kind of soaks into the canvas because of the Mod Podge. Alright, so then I cut out this digital cut file that's available in the Silhouette store. When life hands you lemons, make a gin and tonic. Jillibean Soup has lots of humorous digital cut files in the store. You really do need to check them out. What I'm doing here now is I'm weeding away the parts where I'm going to apply some acrylic paint. So this is a stencil that I'm creating here. I have found that a dental pick works the best for doing this. It's a really sharp point and I can hook into the vinyl that I don't want and pull it out. So the next step then is to apply some transfer tape over the vinyl and transfer the vinyl to the canvas. So I'm peeling off the transfer tape, and I want to make sure that the vinyl adheres to the transfer tape. So I take my bone folder and rub over the top of the image. So this image has some small pieces that we need to be careful of to make sure that it adheres to the canvas and to the transfer tape. So I want to try to get this cut file in the middle. Usually when working with vinyl, you cannot pick it up like this and move it around. It sticks. So be careful and try to eyeball it and get it centered the first time. So once again, we're going to rub over the top of the cut file with the bone folder. We want to make sure that the vinyl will stick to the canvas. So I was having some issues here with the vinyl sticking to the canvas. I think because my canvas was still a little bit wet from when I was taking off the paper. Maybe you can try waiting a little longer and you'll have better luck. So I'm being very careful with the insides of some of the words, the O's and the A's, to make sure that they stay. And so rubbing a little extra and holding it with my bone folder as I'm carefully peeling back the transfer tape. Once we have the tape removed, we'll be ready to apply some paint. So I'm going to use a brown acrylic paint on most of the cut file, and the lemons part I wanted to do yellow. So I'm being very careful not to get the brown paint onto the part where I want to put the yellow. So I'm using a foam brush when I'm applying my paint, and the paint really does soak into the canvas well. So you just want to make sure that you get it, the paint evenly all over the whole cut file. So now I'm going back with the yellow paint. So I let my brown paint dry first before I did this because I did not want to accidentally get some brown into my yellow. So after all of the yellow paint is applied, you're going to want to let it dry again before you try to remove the vinyl. Alright, so now we're going to carefully remove the vinyl, and of course now it's sticking really well, and the vinyl is actually tearing in some places. So I'm going to go back and grab my dental pick to help me pull out some of this vinyl. There's some tiny pieces still inside the letters, and the dental pick will work the best to help me get it out. So we're coming to the end of my video here. I do want to thank you for stopping by today. I hope you give this technique a try. Here are a few close-ups. Thank you so much. Bye-bye now.